I think that's what's going to make them very scary. Playing around objective control becomes very difficult, and I think a lot of the pressure is going to be on Fate and Effort's shoulders, actually, in those late-game team fights, looking for picks, looking for engage, because if you mess that up, then you're just going to get front-to-backed, I think, pretty hard by what Damwon Kia have to offer.
That being said, Liv Sandbox do have a lot of wombo, so if they can make it work, it will look good. Whether it's actually going to affect Sion and Udyr is yet to be seen, but if they blow up Showmaker and Ghost, there's not a lot of damage that comes out of this this combo. And yes, Showmaker has Scatter the Weak for a bit of extra range, but Ghost is going to be pretty low range, and running at what this Liv Sandbox team has to offer could be scary. So
they're making a play topside.
Yeah, Grand Entrance is good as they do find Effort. The Unbreakable Will does come down, but they're looking to try and get through it. Bladewell gets a lot of value against Ghost, who flashes in and grabs the first blood. Now Prince looking to try and turn it onto Canyon, but he just books it out of there. And the Graves is going to put down Shelly on the top side of the map. Prince looks like he was still trying to chase after, but now Khan is going to have to vacate. Does have the ulti if he does need to make a quick getaway, but first Turret Blood will go over to Liv Sandbox in trade for the first blood that was picked up by Damwon Kia. That's an exhaust on to Summit, though, as Khan trying to escape this one. I don't think he's going to be able to, as Meganar is going to come in if Summit needs it. He doesn't, though. Canyon's going to trade this, grabs himself the Infernal Drake, because of course we have another Cloud. I have to apologize yet again. This Liv Sandbox looking to push Shirley through once more.
He's had like, what, 21 health if he gets through. Nice.
Yep, Khan setting himself up as well as Fate slightly zoned out by the Scion. Showmaker getting into position. We'll see whether the Scatter the Weaks actually work, as there's the Gnar onto Canyon, who has to flash to get himself out of the way. Shirley, not even... Oh, she does reset. Out of patience at the very end, as now it's going to be Khan that does find On Fleek. Gets snared up there just a little bit as Beryl in with the quickness. But doesn't even really need it. Shirley going to act as a bit of a deterrent here for Liv Sandbox, who I don't think should put on that much emphasis on this, as Effort is going to interrupt the Decimating Smash, but he just gets exploded. Popped like a balloon. Beryl gets out of there, has to flash to escape the shockwave, and now Canyon looking to try and tank as much as he can. Gets the heal from Ghost and escapes. Khan is just an immovable object in the front line. He gets walloped though. Can they actually focus him down? As there's the flash, Decimating Smash. Showmaker off to the side, getting zoned out by the rest of Liv Sandbox. A big old Gnar as Khan continues to stay alive, but there finally the trigger is pulled by Prince. Whirls the blades around and they lock down Ghost as well. Showmaker finds the backside as On Fleek is going to be taken out. And now Damwon Kia look to try and escape this one. Summit gets over to the side. Canyon at about 300 health. And Damwon Kia looking to escape. It was a one fight for Liv Sandbox, as Summit looking to continue it here by the looks of things. As Canyon gets himself a little bit of a boop, and goodbye, baby Gnar.
You're going to have so much speed to roam around the map. You're going to force teleports out. You're going to...
Oh, here's the quickness. Yeah, Bladewell not going to save you here, as Beryl's going to lock that one down himself. And they'll take the inner turret as well. Damwon, I mean, we've spoken about this. Like, you drew the comparison between, you know, the old SKT back when they were absolutely obliterating people, and it felt like there was an air of inevitability. And exactly why Lord Dominik's was put in such high priority. As that's a big Gnar into the wall there, as Beryl is going to Grand Exit once again. He's been using it to exit a lot in this game, and does so by the hair on his chinny chin chin. As now you can see Canyon moving on in. On Fleek has to flash to get out of the pit, and Canyon just books it and says, all right, job done. Effort now over to the side. Beryl very, very low still, but sticking around. On Fleek gets into the pit, but it's Sion that locks down the Cloud Soul, and now the fight is on. Beryl still with no health in the backline, but it is going to be Liv Sandbox that find themselves the fight, and even though they have some lower health bars, they are getting spotted on a ward. And we do have the Elder being pulled out. It goes back into its pit, resetting neutral objectives. Am I right? Seems to be the thing of this series, as Canyon once again finds his way into the back, just killing more and more wards. Control ward there, spots Effort. He gets into the pit now, looking for the Pulverize, gets on into 2-4, that shockwave from Fate is massive, and Showmaker burns to death. The Sion grabs the Samira though, they don't have a lot of damage now as Ghost is untouched, but it's a huge Gnar into the backline, and Ghost is eradicated. Khan and Canyon, the two tanky boys, trying to do what they can. They might be able to escape, actually, because, of course, you know, Udyr runs extraordinarily quickly. Khan maybe not going to be quite so lucky, as he does flash his way to get underneath this turret, but it looks like Liv Sandbox have won the fight, although
It's actually amazing. Like, this is what Live Sandbox needs to do. They need to be assertive and actually use these combos. But they're not able to turn this into...
Oh, we drifting. He finds both of them. Shockwave does collect a couple, but the quickness and grand entrance combo is too good. And despite the last team fight, despite the heroics from this mid laner, he is just going to be taken down by this swerving train.
I mean, Canyon is like a living meme in this game, dude.
Yes, straight up, dude.
Like, I don't even know what else to say. It's actually insane how quickly they're able to engage because they have this Scion ult that comes in super fast. They have Canyon who can outrun the Scion ult. and then if you're actually out by yourself in the mid lane, well, the rest, if you're not actually all grouped up, like, you're gonna die. You're not getting away. I said it from the beginning of the game, like that first fight we had on the Rift Herald, Ron Fleet got picked. Like, this comp has stickiness. You're gonna get stuck. You're gonna.
It's another train. This ulti cooldown thing, dude. Like, I didn't realize how good Cloud Soul was.
So good.
It's because of this gentleman right here on your screen. The huge mega tank Scion that just like, this train never going to be delayed, I promise you. All right, this is a Korean level train, not an Australian level train. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting 3 minutes for mine, not 20. You know. As this Baron is absolutely dead. The Elder on top of it. Damwon Kia just walking in. Yeah. Do you remember there used to be custom games he used to play as? I'm going to have to hold that thought as Beryl goes in. He immediately gets Shockwave and obliterated. Canyon booping Summit off to the side as there's a Killer Instinct from Ghost. Man, feels like he hits his 1,000th kill, and now he's super aggressive. However, they're not able to actually get themselves a kill as we zoom all the way out. The faster you are relatively, right? And so that theoretically makes him even faster. So I think it's okay. Fits the theme, as that's a hula hoop. Okay, finds that one. Unfortunately, doesn't win that game of quoits. Canyon running forward, running back, running forward, running back, running forward, running forward, running back. And
Canyon's playing tag.
And running forward again, and back. And Showmaker has now found Summit for a bit of real damage as in goes Ghost. What the heck was that? The quickness finds the backline. 4 members from Beryl. I take it all back. He dies, but it was beautiful. The Samira is now dead. Canyon's booping people left, right, and center. And Damwon Kia found the team fight finally. They lock up Fate. He's over the wall, but Canyon's there. He is taking a bit of real damage right now. It's a triple kill for the Gnar. And in fact, Damwon Kia do not find
that
it.
Yes,
Khan stays alive, but I was too busy focusing on the dang Udyr. It's Liv Sandbox's turn to get on top of this Baron. Canyon in the area, doesn't have flash and not going to be able to make it into this pit on time, as now he's booking it, trying to escape, but he's not going to be able to.
Khan did it, so he thought he could stop the back, so maybe they could win the game. Either way, this is still win for Damwon.
Whoa, Summit found him, caught up to Showmaker. This is huge. Summit is actually trying to win this game by himself. 8-1-8 right now. Until that Syndra is back up again, as now Effort going in with that headbutt. Ghost is going to be the one we need to look at, as Fate doesn't find the Shockwave. Ghost now tries to get the big damage, but there's no Gnar stun into the wall. Ghost is frontlining for some reason, but does manage to get down into that GA. He pops back up. Khan has a shield the size of Narnia, and Ghost stays in there. A double kill now. Summit's dead. The Inferno Trigger will not find it, and it's a quadra kill for Ghost to finish off this game.
What an incredible end to what was an insanely fun game, Alice. 44 minutes here of absolute hilarity across the board. Wow, and that's the end of it. Ghost survives long enough in that fight, and finally he lives long enough to do the damage they couldn't do in the previous fight. Dies there, the game is over. Like, literally
100%.
this moment is actually what wins them the game. So let's watch this last fight again. You can see the engaged tools that Damwon Kia have are so insane, but the damage is what they're
literally
lacking.
just assassinated Fate.
Yeah, he assassinates him. He has GA in this fight, so he's not that scared. He's just straight up in the middle of this team fight, and he targets the right targets. He targets down on Fleek here next. And you can see, even though he dies, he pops back out of GA, and the front line is so strong. But watch him just pop out, and look at him go. He gets out of GA. And
immediately supercharge, goes invisible, and then one after the other, everyone starts to fall.
What an incredible play here from Ghost. GA saves the day. He comes through, and like Prince is like, oh, I want to get him. Not going to happen.
My favorite part was Showmaker being like, I can be included, manages to press R on a 200 health Gnar at the very end there, but Ghost 100% just soloed that last team fight. You can see, look at all of the damage he was able to put down, but I want to reiterate, Summit was an absolute god that game. Shoutouts need to be given to Fate as well, who played very, very well on the Orianna, but that Gnar performance was just amazing.
It was
from Summit, and actually made this into one of the better games that we've had all season.
Definitely probably going to be the top game we see tonight, that's for sure.
The winning team had less gold, by the way.
Yeah. Less gold here across the board. More kills for Liv Sandbox as well, just by the one. So removed, I would like Liv Sandbox's draft a lot more, but you know, because it is Dom1 Kia, I think we're just going to have to wait and let this one unfold before we can judge it. But I mean, it's a safe, good all-around comp. They have Seraphine mid that is going to be such an insane amount of healing. They're going to have so much staying power in these fights.
I actually think that Sandbox hard won the draft. But like you were saying, I mean, the nameplates can certainly skew things. After game one, though, can they really, right? Because Liv Sandbox were winning until they lost, you know, to quote the immortal words of Skara. Like, they basically won that game. We're looking down the barrel of a theoretical 2-0 for Liv Sandbox. Yeah, it's a cool one. Arcade.
Yep. You know how I love old games.
Whoa, there's a big old flash in. There's a rocket jump as well. Immediate exhaust onto Ghost as Prince is able to run it out, but did have to use every summoner spell he had.
Patiently and safely around the river. Once again,
there's a Hex Splash as we... Oh no, the Dredge Line misses, and immediately the Kai'Sa explodes its first blood, and it goes over to Beryl, who is having a cathartic experience as the Encore lands onto the Azir, but unfortunately it misses Canyon, and another kill, one after the other. Yeah, they've set up the Phalanx, and they should be able to take some control as there's the Magnet Storm. Dredge Line is decent onto the backside, and it is actually a steal away of the Herald. The Nautilus will fall, however, a lot of the damage still available here for Liv Sandbox. Khan trying to kite this one out as it's a double kill for Prince, but the Emperor's Divide is massive. That being said, Summit, oh no! That's not what you wanted out of Showmaker. Flashes into a body slam, and now Khan's going to be swept up, and Liv Sandbox find the initial team fight.
Very well played here from Liv Sandbox. The power of Seraphine as well showing through here.
It's not like a fishing for pick type team composition. And that can be really dangerous, as Shelly's going to do a bit of a headbutt here, as there's a Magnet Storm from Beryl, but he's likely to fall down. OnFleet gets into the backline, will get swept underneath the inner turret and taken down. So slightly overly aggressive, and yeah, the turret fortification working out very, very well. He does that. Leandri's now completed. As you can see, now Dom1 Kia looking for an opportunity once again. The flash in from Canyon looking for Prince. There's a Killer Instinct. OnFleek moving his way over as well, and have they bitten off more than they can chew? Oh, Ghost! Able to pick that one up with the Buster Shot at the very end. They can take down this outer turret. No more minions left over, though, as now Beryl over the wall. Summit feels like he may have found
Beryl!
And he does so, yeah, that's a crash down that ain't going to work. Magnet Storm comes in, and now Summit, who's trapped in where with who, as now Ghost finds the auto. Summit pulled back by the Infernal Chains, and that's the big front line now removed. Effort finds a Dredge Line onto Khan, and Khan not too worried about it. The Azir nowhere in sight from Liv Sandbox. They've used it to bolster their morale rather than fall victim to it. As I say it, I cast curse the heck out of Effort, who will be just taken down. Canyon stops Fate from getting on in there and just immediately gets smashed back into Liv Sandbox. Summit, my god, he's having the series of his life. Power of Liv Sandbox in these team fights is going to be very high. In goes Beryl, finds track repel onto 4. 3-man Emperor's Divide as well, but they need to make sure that they secure these kills. Effort's going to go down first, and there goes Prince, as now the cavalcade of Dom1 Kia is going to head forward. That beat drop was pretty damn sick from Fate, but unfortunately, the rest of his friends are dead.
Yep, that's the, I mean, it's like I cast your curse. I'm like, look at all the engage tools they have.
9 out of 10 kill participation as well. He's making things happen after what was a pretty forgettable experience on the Rakan. As we're going to see another fight. The Encore lands just onto Beryl, though, who soaks so much damage. He's still alive, by the way. Effort is going to be pooped away. Beryl eventually does fall, is in the back line. OnFleek's taking matters into his own hands. The Acathian Rain lands down onto Ghost, who gets over the wall and says goodbye to the horsey and will survive. Ghost is a very lucky little yordle.
To build that one up.
And defensive options are certainly important.
You're stuck now. Where are you running? Where are you running, Dom1 Kia?
I mean, thankfully, Canyon is like the fastest bear on the Rift, so he should be all right. As Summit going to get chained.
The choke point,
and there we go. Khan's going to have to flash his way out. Okay, Beryl diving on him once again. Another decent Magnet Storm, as if this fight keeps going, it's going to be well and truly in favor of Liv Sandbox. Look at the health bars. They're barely even going down. Prince locks him down, but there goes Showmaker. Finds the Emperor's Divide. Is it going to be enough, though? Is going to be the question as Fate goes golden in the back line. OnFleek has to get the heck out of there. Showmaker was untouched for so long, as now Summit's trying to escape. The Sand Soldiers are trying to be the entire team for Damwon Kia. And in the end, it is a 3-for-3.
Damwon Kia turning that one around just barely. Well, the members they have surviving, they're going to be able to turn this into that soul, the Cloud Soul, which is going to,
you know, they hit you. It's real scary. That's a bit of a party cast.
Yeah,
exactly. Only really gets Showmaker out of the fight as Summit's going to get closed in on. Dreadline does absolutely nothing as now the Rel goes in. The Magnet Storm is massive. The ulti from the Hecarim's decent, but look, everyone has the Grievous Wounds. There's the Emperor's Denial, actually, onto Live Sandbox, and another pentakill for Ghost. How many times does this guy need to wrap up team fights? And Damwon Kia will win the game.
Oh, he's going to wrap up tonight in a big present. Here, there's no minions, so this looks a little bit silly. But as they arrive here, Damwon Kia will be able to finish off this turret. Barrel! Okay, he's fine.
He's going to be okay in the end.
Well, I mean, there you have it. Really bad task, I have to say, for Summit. Like, I don't want to be too critical of this guy after a pretty fantastic 2 games. But the cast there was very weak, and it would have helped. It would have been huge for them if he actually had held that going into the last part of the fight. But Damwon Kia had too much damage.
Yeah. And Ghost, great positioning. Rocket Jump Flash was really cute.
Going to be some slapping going on there, but yeah, that was a series that ended up being still. It was a 2-0, but much closer than the scoreline will show you. And yeah, I mean, like, this is a game where I think the case continues to be that I want to see Krako back in the lineup,
yes,
right? Like,
me too.
This is another series where, again, I think OnFleek is going to be given maybe one more opportunity. I think they will give him one more series before Krako comes back in. And I think he deserves a chance to be given a few games here, but 2 tough opponents, right, in T1 and now Damwon Kia. And in the second game, a game that was 100% winnable, like they could have won if his connection, his synergy with Fate was a lot better. It was.